Today we make a Trader Vic original, the Kahala Cooler. Now this is a drink that seems very Trader Vic. We got rock candy syrup, a light Puerto Rican rum, and brandy. Very Trader Vic. But what stands out the most in this drink is an ingredient that I cannot get my hands on, Amer Picon. Essentially, we're talking about a French Amaro, Amer, and Amer Picon is just something that you're not going to find in the United States today. Some of you may be familiar with Amer Picon because it is used in the famous Brooklyn cocktail, another brown and stirred cocktail with seemingly the same ingredients as 100 other brown and stirred cocktails. Oh, how interesting. For those of you offended, I am just joking. Obviously, these classic cocktails have a place, and this Brooklyn does as well. Even though this is not the Brooklyn that you see right now, it's Coke Zero. Fooled you again. I did. So what are we to do if we do not have access to Amer Picon or have no idea what it actually tastes like? Well, the first step is obviously to search youtube.com, and hello my friends, I appear to have found the answer. Truffles on the Rocks covered this not too long ago, and he should be trusted because after all, he speaks French. And his advice is to combine 4 ingredients I happen to have already, and it doesn't get any better than that. But in all seriousness, if you want to know more about Amer Picon, what it should taste like, and then how it's evolved, how that taste has evolved over time, go watch that video with Jean-Felix because he goes into depth and he will even show you how to make a proper Brooklyn. To make this Amer Picon dupe, we need 6 parts Avera, 6 parts Suze, 2.5 parts Cointreau, and 1 part Angostura Orange bitters. I don't need much, but I don't want to make this again anytime soon, so I'm going to make about 7 3/4 ounces, starting with 1/2 ounce of Angostura Orange, 1 1/4 ounces of Cointreau, 3 ounces of Suze, 3 ounces of Avera. Just give it a quick stir and put it in a bottle, and it should last you forever. All right, now we have our Amer Picon copycat recipe, and if you want to know what you can sub in for this or the real Amer Picon, I have no clue. I could not guide you in this other than what I've just showed you. But if you need to know more, this bottle right here, it tastes like orange and a little bit bitter. This bottle right here tastes like orange and is sweet. This one is slightly orange, slightly bitter, has a little bit of a caramel flavor, and some herbs as well. And then this one right here, imagine it is raining outside and you go out there and you find the biggest tree and you reach down into that tree and you pull out all the roots and you start sucking the juice out of the roots. That's what Suze tastes like. And if you're wondering, how is that all appealing? It's really not. And some people will convince themselves that it is, but those people cannot be trusted. They're the type of people who enjoy hiking. What I found very interesting and cool about this drink is that it's a Trader Vic's recipe, and we often just associate that an Amaro or Amer tropical cocktail as being something new. Apéritif, you might call it, which is popular today, but it's awesome to see an old recipe call for something as well. So the current trend is not out of nowhere. They've been doing this the entire time. Now for the brandy today, I'm using cognac, and I'm using this bottle, which I have been saving now for about 3 years for a very special video that I'm about to get going on. You also need a light Puerto Rican rum, grenadine, and the fresh variety using fresh pomegranate seeds or pomegranate arrows, of course, some pineapple juice, and just a gentle reminder that rock candy syrup is not anything special. It's a 2-to-1 rich simple syrup. That is, of course, unless you're using the Trader Vic's modern brand, which is a 1-to-1 simple syrup. All right, let's make the Kahala Cooler. Start with 1/2 ounce of lime juice, 1/4 ounce of rock candy syrup, 1/4 ounce of grenadine, 1 ounce of pineapple juice, 3/4 ounces of our Amer Picon, 1 ounce of brandy or cognac, and 1 ounce of a light Puerto Rican rum. While Trader Vic calls to shake this, there's pineapple juice in here and fresh pineapple juice, which foams well, extremely well, in a drink mixer. So if you're looking for texture and body and foam, nothing could really beat the drink mixer. The garnish here is just to do a spent lime shell, but let's make it a little fancier with a slice of pineapple, some mint, and then we'll sneak in this spent lime shell as well. And there you go, the Kahala Cooler from Trader Vic. All right, let's try the Kahala Cooler. Cheers. I've only had a couple sips. I don't want to jump the gun here, but I think that this is fantastic. Great, delicious, wonderful. I worry sometimes because I make videos and I make a lot of, I've probably made 500 plus cocktails, that I don't want to fall into the trap of like wanting bigger, bolder flavors because you've conditioned yourself to that. You see that a lot with people into Jamaican rum. They want the most funky thing ever because, I don't know, they think that that'll grow hair on their chest or something like that. But I like to try to find things that have a balance. Maybe they're bold, maybe they're delicate, but trying to recognize when something is really good and it's not just, oh, okay, you've conditioned your palate to want or need something that is drastically more flavorful than the last thing. And there is a subtlety to this drink, and the surprise here is that oftentimes, outside of the Mai Tai, many of the Trader Vic cocktails I find to not like or appreciate, especially when you go through that template of them where there's a light Puerto Rican rum and a brandy or cognac. They tend to fall flat. I'm not a fan of the Fog Cutter. I'm not really a fan of the Scorpion. There are some other good ones though. But the Amer Picon, which we just have to trust ourselves that this tastes like whatever Trader Vic was using at the time, it provides a nice subtle earthiness with plenty of bitterness. So the sweetness of rock candy syrup, grenadine, pineapple juice is balanced out by the bitterness from our Amer Picon dupe. And then the brandy and the cognac provide the base of spirit flavor. I don't know how much I can taste. I definitely can't taste the Don Q Cristal. How much brandy I could taste? It's definitely there. It's definitely there. And reminiscent of those Trader Vic cocktails that call for brandy. It reminds me a lot of the Permanent Holiday Cocktail, which I have talked about here a couple times now, and many of you have had that. Many of you in Patreon and Discord have had that, and that is one of my favorite cocktails I've made here. It has Avera, okay, so it has a little bit of bitterness, and I can't remember the rest of it, but there's definitely grapefruit, and I think pineapple juice. Can't remember, but that bitterness with the pineapple juice, I don't know, man. It's just delicious. I don't think this drink is for everyone. But if you like Amer, if you like Amari and those flavors, then it works. And the Suze is pretty dominant, but it's tamped down a little bit because of the other ingredients in there. That Amer Picon on its own, relatively bitter. If you don't like Suze, that kind of comes through the most. But I think in a drink like this, it works well. It's beautifully balanced. And while it is not summer, the bitterness there makes it quenching. Gin and tonics, Negronis, bitter drinks are what help quench your thirst. So this feels so refreshing without being sweet and fruity, which we often trick ourselves into thinking is thirst quenching when it's not. It's the bitterness. But if you are not a fan of bitter, don't be scared off by this. You can still make this. They can enjoy this. You could also lower that amount of Amer Picon. Or I don't know how this would taste because I know you're going to ask in the comments, can you just use something else? 3/4 of an ounce of something else. And you can. It's just going to be different. And I don't know what it's going to taste like. I haven't tried all the Amari out there in the world in this cocktail to see how it works. But if these are things that you like, don't let the fact that you don't have those 4 bottles to make this Amer Picon dupe, use whatever you can. Use Avera. It's going to be sweeter, but I think you're still going to get the point across, but not quite probably as bitter as this one. So there you go, the Kahala Cooler. Maybe one of my favorite Trader Vic cocktails. If you go to Trader Vic's often, you should go. You should ask them to make it or ask them to put it back on the menu. I have been maybe quietly collecting in video format here on YouTube, videos that are Trader Vic originals that are not the Mai Tai. There will be a playlist at the end of this video. It's not really like a series, it's just ongoing drinks that I'm coming back to. This is one. Sometimes he says they're originals of his, and they're not. This one seems to be. It's definitely the template of Trader Vic, and I find it to be great. I find this to be great. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below, consider subscribing to the channel, and hey, if you want to support this channel more, you can check out my Patreon page. You'll get access to the Make and Drink Discord. Otherwise, see you on the next one.